Want to know the best way to pay employees to increase your employee satisfaction, retention and performance? Hello and welcome to this month's edition of HR Made Easy for Busy Employers. My name is Neela Ladd with Small Business HR Services. This month we will be discussing how to pay employees. There is a lot to cover, so let's get started. This question of how to pay employees is a good one. This can be approached from several different angles. So today we are going to look at it from a 360-degree view. Employees' compensation is a critical aspect of any business, and it can have significant impact on employee satisfaction, retention, and performance. Employers must comply with various laws and regulations when it comes to compensating their employees, including minimum wage, overtime laws, employee satisfaction, and pay equity. The most important points are to pay employees correctly and in accordance with the local, state, and federal statutes. Unless you have employees who are strictly officers of the company, all employees are to be paid at least twice a month. They need to receive their pay in a form of a paycheck or a direct deposit with the correct taxes withheld for payment to the corresponding government agencies. Before paying an employee and deciding on a pay rate, the employee FLSA status must be determined. Should the employee be classified as an exempt from overtime or non-exempt from overtime based on their job duties and salary? These classifications are not interchangeable, and if not done correctly, can lead to legal problems. Non-exempt employees should earn at least the minimum wage. You want to be sure that you are also compliant with the city's minimum wage. There are many cities that have their own minimum wage requirement. To be certain, check the city's website or the state's website for employers. If the city where your employees work doesn't have a minimum wage requirement, then the state's minimum wage applies. Non-exempt employees are to be paid premium pay for time they work over 40 hours in a week, or in California for time worked over 8 hours in a shift. One of the requirements for an employee to be correctly classified as exempt is that they must earn a minimum salary that is at least twice the state's minimum wage. As of January 1st, 2023, the minimum salary for exempt employees in California is $64,480 per year. Please note that this is an employer that may hire part-time, and employees classify them as exempt. They are required to pay them the full salary as if they were working full-time. Beyond the requirements of pay, consider competitive wage. Many factors influence pay rates, such as location, industry, job title, experience, education level, and performance. Employers must take these factors into account when determining pay rates for their employees. They should research industry standards to ensure that their pay rates are competitive and adjust as needed to attract and retain top talent. Another aspect of paying a competitive wage is to provide employees with benefits. From a compliance perspective, there is no requirements to provide benefits unless the company has 50 or more full-time employees. Since benefits are part of an employee's total compensation package, it is an important aspect since most employers want to attract and retain the best talent. Equity in pay is also an aspect to review when setting wages. It is a critical issue in our society even now. Studies have shown that pay disparities between different groups of employees still exist today. Beyond the culture issue, California passed California Equal Pay Act, CEPA, which requires employers to provide equal pay to employees who perform substantially similar work regardless of gender, race, or ethnicity. That means the requirement is not limited to job titles. This law applies to employees regardless of number of employees a company has. Addressing pay equity requires that employers must examine their pay structures and identify any disparities, as well as implementing measures to address any imbalances. This includes deciding criteria for when raises are given, the current market trend for increase, and the new pay range for each job. Additionally, SEPA also prohibits employers from retaliating against employees who ask about, discuss, or disclose their wages or the wages of others. Employees must regularly review their pay practices to ensure compliance with California labor law and to address any pay disparities that may exist. In addition to their regular wages, employees in many states are entitled to a certain amount of paid sick leave. This also includes local municipalities that require employers to provide paid sick leave to their workers. While the Labor Code does not require employers to provide paid time off, as in vacation or even paid holidays, many employers do offer it as a part of their employee benefits package. If an employer does offer paid time off, they must follow certain rules to ensure compliance with the labor law. In California, employers must pay out any unused vacation when an employee separates from the company. Employers should review their time off policies regularly to ensure compliance with the labor laws and to provide competitive benefits that can help attract and retain top talent. As you can see, there are many aspects to follow to pay employees. Some are regulated by law and others are not. As an employer, it is critical to be fair and compliant. If you'd like help sorting this out, please reach out to our CEO by going to our website smallbizhrservices.com for a free 60 minutes consultation. Thank you for watching this. See you next time.